Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Miner. It's Wednesday the 13th of July and the heat wave is still going on in London. Paul, how are you this morning?
I am well, thank you. It is still going on. It tries to rain every now and then, so that might help.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Didn't really succeed. Right. Lots of mining news this morning. Shall we start with Sarabi, who've come up with some Q2 operating figures?
Yes, that's right. Their Q2, Sarabi Gold, the Brazil gold miner listed on AIM. Stronger second quarter production here over the first quarter, 8,400 ounces recovered, which is an improvement of 19%. On the first quarter, and it also a 12% improvement in processed or milled gold grade as well. So that's a good sign to see too, to control dilution. Year-to-date production now 15,500 ounces, and they are on schedule to meet the 30,000 ounce full year target here. They had announced previously progress on their Coringa project, which is narrow but high-grade veins that they have as a new mine in development here. And they're testing here with ore sorting at Coringa, which so far is demonstrating it should be able to work pretty well there. So we'll see what final results say there. And then just in the past couple of days, they announced that they had in fact confirmed a copper gold moly porphyry discovery at their Matilda project, relatively or pretty low grade here, about 0.2% copper equivalent at this stage, but it appears in all three holes. So it is a geological success, and now they need to find a commercial success on grades as well. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and share prices obviously come off a lot. I think that's been, a couple of operational issues compounded by a broader market sell-off has meant it's really been hammered. It's valued at just 30 million sterling today, which for a 30,000 ounce producer, if they can get that a couple of quarters of consistent production, I'd expect that to bounce back even with gold prices.
Yeah, and as a general rule too, investors want to remind them that when 1,000 ounces of production is equal to about $1 million or £1 million sterling in market cap, those are always periods when gold mining shares are undervalued as producing companies. It's perhaps time for bottom fishing across names.
Yeah, there's a lot of quality companies at very cheap prices at the current time. Caledonia, Paul, I think they've also come up with Q2s today as well.
Yes, that's right. It was record quarterly gold production for the Zimbabwe gold producer Caledonia Mining, which produces from the Blanket mine. This Q2 results from the period ended 30 of June. Just over 20,000 ounces produced, which is a record for the company in any particular year. 20% increase on what was produced year on year at 16,700 ounces a year ago. And first half total production is over 38,500 ounces, and that's 30% more than a year ago. And they also reiterated their production guidance for this year between 73 and 80,000 ounces. And just to keep in mind for investors that Caledonia had predicted these numbers back before they had put in the investment or approved the investment for the main shaft. And that was 4 to 5 years ago. So you have to give management a whole lot of credit here for delivering according to what they said they would do years and years ago in what everyone recognizes Zimbabwe being a challenging place to operate a business.
There we go. Pretty good summary there, Paul. And again, that's one where the share price has been hit, but probably mostly by broader market sentiment rather than and gold price rather than related to the operational performance. So another one that's looking pretty cheap compared to the operational performance. We've got one more in London, I think. Ironveld announced a deal this morning.
Yes, that's right. Ironveld with a placing, 4 million sterling placed at 0.3p plus an over an allotment for an additional 1 million sterling or broker allotment. And this was to complete the purchase program they had announced some weeks earlier here of a smelter in the city of Rustenburg in South Africa, which brings Ironveld much closer to actually becoming a producing company in coming months here. And they also are paying some back salaries on directors' fees as well. So well done them, I think, for being able to raise in this current environment.
Yes, definitely impressive to get away, given how tough the market is at the moment. We'll have the smelting is probably quite a tough game at the moment. I know it's to separate the iron, titanium, and vanadium out of this ore, but it's electricity intensive, so it does make mention of switching to a hybrid power plant using renewables, which I guess would get them off the grid, but certainly the early phase could be quite expensive given the power intensity of electric.
Yes, that's right. I would expect that they might get it into production here, and hopefully they can get it into sustainable production. But its production costs will have to be addressed over time in order to actually get it into a sustainable situation, I think.
Okay, and let's finish on BlackRock Silver, Paul. They had a non-silver related announcement which got you quite excited yesterday.
Yes, it actually came out late on Wednesday that this was their claims immediately north of the town of Tonopah. Within the town of Tonopah itself, they of course have declared a really nice high-grade vein discovery at depth on historic workings across their holdings there. But this is on the brand new claims that they picked up last year. To the north of town, and they were specifically staked in order to follow up on lithium clay opportunities already demonstrated by American Lithium further north of the town. And this latest drilling results indicate that BlackRock Silver, also has these lithium clay units on these new claims with two intervals or two horizons essentially intercepted in 3 holes with several meters of thickness, up to 800 ppm lithium in each of these horizons. Now, just bringing to light for investors that this claim group or drill holes is a good 3 to 4 kilometers south of the TLC ore deposit by Shanghai Mining Club member American Lithium.
And Paul, yeah, you compared potential scale of this to a couple of other more advanced deposits.
Yes, internally I sent around the idea that if this is caldera-hosted mineralization, which it certainly appears to be now, then we start looking at other comparable caldera stories like Lithium America's McDermott deposit up in northern Nevada, for instance, which you just take a look at the potential scale for that particular situation there, or like the Sonora lithium clay deposit down in Mexico for the potential scale involved as well.
Well, there we go, a new lithium district. Thanks for your thoughts, Paul. We'll be back tomorrow.
Very good. Thanks.